Our next guest is going to tell us about the many advantages of working with a mortgage broker.
Today we're going to talk about the advantages of working with a mortgage broker, all the different programs we have to offer, and how it can really help you land the best mortgage.
Please welcome for the very first time the owner of Capita Mortgage, Beth Svenson.
Beth, welcome to the show. How do you do?
I'm excellent.
Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Interesting topic because I think there was at least a certain period of time a few years back where we were all told that mortgage brokers were no more. They were going away. The CFPB, Financial Reform, Dodd-Frank, or whatever it was going to destroy mortgage brokers and just consider them all on their way out.
Yes.
You are a mortgage broker.
That could not be further from the truth. Mortgage brokers are back and we're not going anywhere. Basically, a broker is an intermediary between the borrower and the bank. So we put the borrower with the best bank. So versus just walking in to a retail bank, basically we work with 30 different banks and we can place you in the best program and match you with your credit profile, with whatever your situation may be, your income situation. We place you in the best bank. Sometimes it needs to be for the reason that maybe you're in a hurry, so we have to go with a real quick bank. Maybe you have a lower FICO score, so we have to put you with a bank that can do that. Or maybe you're that perfect A+ profile, and we can put you with the bank that's going to have the super low rates. So we can just kind of put you wherever you're going to fit versus you having to fit into the bank. We fit you to the bank.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So in concept, I think it makes sense. In other words, from a standpoint of, okay, you come to me as a broker, I find the bank that's going to be best fit for you.
Exactly.
But for a lot of people out there, when they hear broker, they hear middleman.
Right.
And that means extra costs. So does it cost more to work with a broker?
That is the biggest misconception out there. It does not cost extra at all. In fact, we get discounted rates with a lot of our banks, especially banks that we do volume with. I can actually call my banks on certain instances and get fees waived occasionally. I can do things that a retail bank are not going to offer you. So we have a lot more flexibility. We do volume with certain banks, and therefore in exchange they do give us lower rates. We don't charge point. We do no point loans, very low cost loans. I compete with the retail banks without a problem all day long and beat them on most occasions.
Really? So
Yes.
So who are these banks that we're talking about? I mean, are these banks that you're using? Are these places in different countries, or like who are these mysterious banks that you're working with?
These mysterious banks are actually just national, very reputable, great banks that offer a variety of different programs and offer super low rates. And they're mostly, Southern California is known for having a lot of lenders. Some are out of the East Coast. And then one of our biggest banks that we work with is actually out of Michigan. So there's just banks all over the United States. But a lot of them are out of Southern California.
They're out of Southern California.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious, do the big box banks who told us that the brokers were going away, do they still participate in the broker market on the wholesale side?
Not as much, but they are starting to. They're starting to come back our way. With the big banks not necessarily having a wholesale division, it's not affecting us. We have so many wholesale banks that are specifically made for wholesale that we have so many programs. I don't even miss any of those banks that have gotten rid of their wholesale channel.
Yeah. Because they're
It didn't even faze us.
known to be slow.
Yeah,
in the first
that
place.
is actually another advantage of a broker. I have a bank that can close in 21 days, and they claim they can do it faster. But 21 days, that's pretty quick close.
Yeah, most of those are 30 days, right, or more?
30 and sometimes more. After October, they put a new TRID rule in, which has an extra 3-day wait period. So that extended all escrows out a few days because it's 3 extra business days.
Did TRID change anything for brokers?
Yeah, it gave us a more competitive edge. We're basically head-to-head now with the banks. The retail banks used to not have to disclose certain things on their end that, as brokers, we had to disclose, and that's not the case anymore.
Oh, so it actually leveled the playing field a little bit.
It definitely leveled the playing field. We all have to give out the same disclosures with the same fees with everything now. So we're head to head.
Okay, so let's bottom line this thing for me here. If I'm a homeowner, or let's say I want to buy a home. Either I want to buy a home or I want to refinance my home. And I'm going to get a mortgage. What are the reasons? Why should I consider using a broker instead of going directly to the bank?
There's a lot of advantages to using a broker. So one of the main ones is we can shop the loan for you. We can save you time. We get all your paperwork, we process it, we can go to 30 different banks. People are busy. They don't have time to go to all these different banks, get quotes. Plus you have to try to know all this financial jargon. We can call you and kind of break it down in the layman's terms, so you don't have to try to go to Financial 101 before you go buy a property. We're going to break it down for you. So one, we can save time. Two, we can get you truly with the best bank that's going to meet your needs. So let's say you are in a hurry to close. We're going to put you with that quickest bank. Or let's say you do have a credit issue. We're going to go to the bank that's going to be more lenient than that. Another advantage that we have over direct banks is, I don't like to say this happens, and it doesn't happen a lot, but everyone knows things can come up with a loan and things can go sideways. Let's say you're getting financing and something comes up, your credit score drops, or something changed with your income, or something wasn't looked at right on one of your documents. It could be any number of different reasons. So with a direct bank, that could actually deny your application and you're just out alone. So if you're with a broker, we have all your paperwork, we have your file. If something were to go wrong, which like I said, it doesn't happen a lot, but if it does, we can actually just place you with another one of our banks without losing a lot of time on your escrow, without having to go back out searching, doing the whole loan application process, because we already have your loan application, we already have your credit, we have all your income, we're just simply gonna switch it. So I've actually saved people a lot of time in their escrows by being able to just switch a bank if something came up.
So you don't have to repull credit to go to different banks?
Nope.
That's definitely an advantage.
Yes, that is definitely an advantage, because everyone knows you don't want to pull your credit too much.
Especially if you're trying to shop for something, because although it's not supposed to damage your score, if you do mortgage pulls within 14 days, but it doesn't always work out that way.
I see it all the time.
Sometimes it can drop on the second pull, and you go, what the heck? You know, what's going on? Nothing else has changed, but that's just what they tell us. We don't know what the credit bureaus are really doing. You know, we just know what they say, but then what you see in practice, things are different a lot of the times.
Yes.
So I think that is definitely an advantage, the ability to go from one bank to the next, or to shop. Typically, is it obvious, who the best bank would be for a certain someone, or do you really need to go in and get quotes from different banks to find the best deal?
Some of the more tougher deals, but I've been doing this for 13 years. So for me, I know my banks. I know who is good at what. And we're constantly adding new banks as well. We're getting new niches. But when I see a profile, I pretty much know at least top 3 banks that this person would work at, what would be a good fit. And then I take their information and basically get 3 quotes from these banks. And then I'm going to take them wherever they're going to get the best deal. Whether that's, like I said, the fees, the rate, or the time, or whatever we need for this particular client. So I'm going to take them wherever they're going to get the best deal.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense. So then we sort of covered the fact that it's not more of a cost. In fact, it could be the same or less of a cost to use a broker. You can save on the shopping element.
Correct.
You basically use your broker to shop the loan for you.
We shop for you, save you the time.
Right. And then you don't need to pull the credit multiple times in order to shop the loan. So that's also good. What about for people who might be seeing this right now who went to the local bank, let's say the place where they have their checking and savings account.
Right.
And they were told that they didn't qualify for a loan.
Okay.
As a broker, because you have some of these different outlets, would you say that you're able to help people get deals done that otherwise were not able to be done elsewhere?
100%. So if someone's been denied at their bank, we can absolutely help them. I help people all day long that have been denied at their bank. We have more programs than if you're just going to walk into your little local credit union. Don't get me wrong, that's great to have that relationship, someone you trust. But at the same time, if you do have a problem, you really wanted to go with that bank, but they can't get you approved, absolutely. I get those all the time. all the time.
All right. Well, it sounds like there are definitely some potential advantages, especially if someone has been denied at a local bank.
Yes.
For them to come in and for you to potentially save the day. Beth, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you. I really
your
appreciate
time.
it. Thank you for having me.
Great stuff. Stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.